normally I introduce you as like a tournament admin, as like maybe an organizer, someone behind the scenes, but am I crazy? Did I see you in the bracket today?
Yes, you are crazy. Yes, you are crazy, but yes, you did see me in the bracket today. I did play today.
Mate, you're crazy. What happened? What's going on, mate?
I was just free at this time, and I was like, oh, okay, Copa Hyperion is happening in like 1 hour. I could play, and I played.
Wow. How'd you do? Regale us with your tale. You went up against one of these players.
Yes, actually. Okay, first let's introduce these players.
Yeah.
Shall we? So speaking of players, here in the top left corner of the map, the player who I didn't place again, it is Ryu.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Dar King Slayer here. Spawning in the bottom right, he's Mexican, he's Protoss, representing Alpha X. It is Pacomike. Wow.
But yeah, as just mentioned, yes, I played today. I lost in the second round, the round of 32. So first round, I go against another Diamond player, third player from Brazil. No idea who he is. I have never seen him before. And I won. Like game 1, I went for Battle Cruisers and he GG. Game 2, he tried to one base Roach Ravager all in, and I killed.
Oh.
Yeah, it was an okay game. And then round 2, Pacomike. I'm like, okay, fine. This is it, right? This is it. But I tried. Game 1, I proxy marauder him. And it could have worked, because actually he didn't have much. But the bastard went from one base Stargate.
Wow. How could he do that against you?
I know, right? You should see my surprise when I'm here, like, bumping with 4 or 5 Marauders. He has nothing at all, and suddenly I see a Void Ray. I'm like, what shit? So I lost.
Wow.
I lost.
The full exclamation mark, Funada Pacomike in the chat. How could he do that to you?
Game 2 was a more standard game. He just out micro and micro me. Like, he made us a very, very early Zealot. Followed by a very, very early Adept. And that just made the delay all my build, and everything went wrong, and then suddenly Blinkstalkers came in my base and I died. So that was the end of it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's really cool that you played. It's something that I would love to do. I don't think I've had the luxury of playing in any of these, just because I'm always casting.
I believe played some of the early Sentimiento Latino.
I did. I think I played in like 1 or 2, I remember.
Yes, before you started casting them.
Yeah. I could pull a Cosmos, I guess, where Cosmos, he plays just for the raffle and then he casts. But yeah, I don't know. I just love casting. I want to be here. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's how it went. So in case anyone is wondering, I'm rooting for Ryu.
You're like, yeah, get him, Ryu, get him, make him pay. Oh god. And I honestly, I'm really excited. I don't know if you were following the broadcast, but for the most part, we were focused on the upper half of the bracket. We weren't able to touch the lower half whatsoever. But we did come in here just in time to catch Pacomike versus Ryu. You know, one of the best Zergs against the best Protoss in Latin America.
Yes, I know, right? This is a very exciting map. Definitely worth of a semifinals in this tournament. And yeah, I was watching the broadcast. I was very impressed with Shelby's play.
Yeah, 100%, right? Like, you know what it is? If Shelby didn't have to go and like attend his store every 5 minutes, like he would be a good player. Like, oh god, like I have to imagine like that also like kind of like disrupts like your flow as well, you know, like when you're in a game and like you're in there and like you've got all this momentum going, and then suddenly like the door rings and you have to like you have to go downstairs. Oh god.
Definitely, but look on the bright side. He's probably making more money selling some chips during this event.
This is true. This is very true. This is very true. Oh god. But yes, we are here, and I'm pleasantly surprised. Pacomike, even though he did open up with the Stargate, he's not going double Stargate Void Ray.
I mean, is it really a surprise that he's not going double?
I mean, if it was Shakti would go for double Stargate Void Ray. You know, let's be real here. Like, but I guess he's a different kind of player.
True. Oh, nice placement. A nice reaction by Rio. So only one worker in stasis. It was okay. By the way, interesting position to make your what is it, lair?
Yeah, it's here at the third. I mean, a lot of Zerg players have adopted not to make it at your main base, just because, again, Void Rays, very often they go into the main to snipe your tech. But interesting that it's at the third, because it also feels a little bit exposed. Speaking of, Glaives just finished up. This is a very nice timing here for Pacomike.
He commits. I was not expecting this to happen, so we'll see how it goes. Rio has a bunch of roaches and a bunch of settlings. The question is it enough?
Ooh, and I love this. Ryu, he does this very often against Glaive Adepts. He actually walled off at the natural, so the Glaive couldn't go further than the natural. There was a wall there, so they were stuck.
Nice one. In the end, apparently, Pacomike is not going to do a lot of damage. Just now, starting to focus on drones. So yeah, only 6 drones. Like what? Well, how much was it? Like 10, 12 Adepts?
Oh yeah, 14 Adepts have died. There are still 2 more left. And again, I love it. Like Ryu, he just keeps a drone here and just morphs it into an Evo chamber whenever there's harassment like this. And he threw it down again. And because of that, as you said, Pacomike, he just didn't find as much damage as he would have liked.
Play by Ryu.
Also, now a bad play because he accidentally let it finish. But
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's a small price to pay.
Yeah.
Come on, how much will you pay for security light?
Exactly. Especially against Adepts, right? Like, it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, the question is now, what is Pacomike going to do? Because his first plan failed, now he has to transition. And the answer is Robo Blink.
Oh yeah, we got +1 on the way, we got Blink Stalkers on the way. I love this by Ryu. He immediately goes in and he scouts, he sees all the tech researching, so he is well aware of what is happening. At the same time, Pacomike was trying to be a little bit cheeky, but thankfully the Queens are here just in time to protect the fort.
And good defense by Ryu. He loses nothing, and Pacomike is forced to return.
And this is where we see Pacomike get into the swing of things, because even though he is known for like rushing into carriers pretty quickly, he is still very fond of his ground-based Protoss compositions, which again is very different from like a lot of Protoss players right now. A lot of Protoss players, they like rush into Sky Toss as soon as possible. So we'll see how Pacomike does here. There is a window because Lurker Den is on the way, but it's not done yet. There aren't any Lurkers on the map.
Correct. Pacomike is going to try to exploit this little window with this little attack. He's only missing a War Prism, which I don't see anyone. Is there anyone in the map? Yes, there is one coming the way. So this attack is going to start really soon. And it's up to Rio to see how he responds. Meanwhile, against by Rio.
Oh yeah, but
Rio's on top of everything this game.
Yes, so far it's been pretty impressive. Like, he has been hyper-focused on his minimap. Now, he does have his army in position to meet the army of Pacomike, but as we were saying, Lurker Den is done, but he doesn't have any Lurkers to defend, and Lurkers would help, like, make this so much easier.
Oh, really nice forces. Keeping a lot of those roaches outside the battle. Pacomike just splits the army in half and destroys it.
Oh yeah, and what's important is that War Prism is safely behind everything, and he's able to just continue to reinforce this.
Right, no more forces for Pacomike.
Exactly, and he does lose one of his immortals, just barely. He's able to keep one immortal alive with his War Prism, and the Stalkers are starting to snowball a little bit here.
Yes, so... Okay, we're still a little bit even. Oh, more sentries, okay, he's trying to make the round of force fields to work. If the second round of force fields work, it's going to start snowballing hard for Pacomike.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, oh god, Ryu has to be so careful. We see an aggressive blink forward, but you know what? The Lurkers are finally done.
Lurkers are done, but there's only three of them, and they got taken out because there's an observer right over there. Drones are forced to pull out. This is really bad for Ryu.
Yeah, exactly. He's losing his workers, especially because he has to defend here, otherwise he loses his lair. Like, because of how exposed it is. And that's going to come into play, because if this goes down, that's going to hurt his tech so much. Not just his tech, but he's even losing his army. Oh, God.
No more army. Now, focusing on the lair is going to go down. Yes, it go down.
And honestly, like, Pacomike, if he wanted to, he could stay here and maybe even, like, win the game, just keep pushing. But, like, he's content with the damage he dealt, right? Like, resetting the Lurker the Lurker count, and killing the lair.
Yes, it was really good. Like, a lot of workers went down, a whole base went down, the tech went down. Like, Ryu was doing such an amazing job at defending until these attacks happened.
Yeah.
To be honest, Pacomike did a really good job with his force fields were on point.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it was really impressive that he even had detection there. Like, as soon as the Lurkers were done, like, there was already an observer. Like, he didn't even care. Like, they would just focus down. Speaking of, there's actually no detection here in the middle of the map, so this is kind of scary.
Okay, not bad, but not enough. Oh, and GG.
GG. Ryu, he just taps out. Like, he realizes the position he's in. He's stuck on 3 bases against a 4 base Protoss. Oof. GG.
I'm very impressed by the way both players played this game. Ryu, like, defended on point until the end, but Pacomike didn't give up. He knew what to do. He knew what to transition to, and the execution was perfect.
Yeah. It definitely was. Oh boy. There's a reason why Pacomike's the best Protoss player in Latin America. It's because there's 2, but
It's because Darkness is not playing. That's why.
Yeah. Funada Darkness in the chat. Funada. No, but Pacomike, he's such a good player, and that was really well done. When it comes to Ryu, he was defending so well, as you said. Where he really fell a little bit was the Lurker Den finished actually before the fight happened. But even though it finished, he didn't morph into any Lurkers until towards the end of the fight. Like, he didn't prioritize them. And if he had morphed them in earlier, back when he had a bunch of Roach Ravager to protect them, then he would have had a bit of an easier time defending. And maybe held on to his lair.
Maybe, but it didn't happen. So game number 1 goes to Pacomike. Now, Light, you've been casting this tournament right now. How are you seeing the new maps?
So far I haven't seen enough of it. Enough of the maps. So far they've been a lot of fun, but we haven't really seen the maps used like anything like abused yet. A map that comes to mind is, it's not Beckett Industries, it's one of the other maps. I don't know what they're called, but the map with slow zones, and there's like rocks all over the place. Like, it looks like it has a lot of potential. It has a gold base as well. I would love to see like a macro game on that, but we haven't had it yet.
I'm guessing you're talking about 2000 Atmospheres or Blackburn.
I think Blackburn. Yeah.
Blackburn is the one where both players are in the lower half of the map.
Yes.
I really like that map. For some reason, I really like the players map where the 2 players start in the same like bottom or lower half, and you split the map in half vertically instead of horizontally.
Yes. Yeah.
Love it.
I think there's a lot of potential for some really good macro games on a map like that. But
speaking of good macro games, here on the top right hand corner of the map, we have a player with a very good macro, Ryu.
And spawning in the top left, we have the Mexican Protoss. He is blue, representing Team Alpha X. Already up 1-0 in the series. It is Pacomike.
Oh, game number 1, Pacomike was the aggressor the whole game. Do you think the roles are going to be reversed?
I hope so, but I don't think so. I think generally Ryu isn't the most aggressive player. He does kind of like to get into the mid game and into a longer game. With his like Hydra Lurker Viper, that's what he wants to work with. I don't know if I've seen him like all in before.
It was a first time for everything. Unfortunately, he's not going to beat this game.
Yes, not yet anyway, not yet. So far, everything is pretty standard. Paco, he's here with his probe, just being annoying.
I sometimes wonder if all the extra micro that you have to put into the probe to not actually steal the minerals is worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it. If you have the APM for it, I guess? Question mark.
I mean, he's a pro. He has a lot of free APM.
Whoa. You're not wrong. So yeah, I guess so. Yeah. If you're Protoss anyway, yeah, sure. If there are any Protoss players in the chat, we're just having fun. We're just teasing. It doesn't help that Ducklings is a Terran and I'm a Zerg, so we do have a little bit of bias there, but not enough bias to take away from obviously the fact that like Pacomike is an insanely good player, and oh boy, we'll see what he is able to do here. So far, just being annoying, delaying the third. Oh.
And not going to do much. I was maybe expecting him to build a pylon, but no, he's not going to risk it with 4 Zerlings. Surprisingly, the probe get out.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to go down.
Exactly. And part of that is because Ryu went for an interesting build. He actually delayed Ling's speed, and he prioritized pneumatized carapace with his gas instead.
That Overlord drops? No, that's Overlord speed, right?
Yes, Overlord speed. So very interesting. Again, you don't see this too often.
He really wants to scout.
Yes, exactly. As we see, the Overlord is already going in, and in a couple of seconds, Overlord speed is going to kick in. Because of this, it does mean that you can't be aggressive with Lings early on, but like, again, he doesn't care to be aggressive with Lings, right? He cares more about surviving.
Target is the tech of choice for Pacomike in this game. Void Raid first, just to get rid of all the overlords that are going to scout your base. Now followed by a.
Oh.
No. He even put me.
I missed this. Do you remember this? Do you remember like early to mid? Yeah, early to mid 2020.
Yeah, this is like carriers all the way.
Yes.
Wait, yes, he's going full Pacomike.
Yes, exactly. I love this. This is old school Pacomike. None of this new meta. I believe Pacomike even did. He used to do this all the time on, I think it was Simulacrum or Nightshade, one of the two. And he would do this like against Cham. He would do this against Eggs, and it would work every now and then. Oh my god, what? What?
Look. We're not gonna even try to comprehend Pacomike, okay? He's high as us.
That King, explain.
I mean, what can I say? He likes Tempest. He may click the wrong button. I don't know.
It's possible because what we were really excited for and what we were going to get into is the fact that Pacomike used to rush Fleet Beacon and go straight into carriers. He used to do this so often back in the day, back last year, and it would work, and sometimes it wouldn't. But now he's going straight into Tempest.
Yes, Tempest. Unfortunately, Ryu has scouted it. Now he's probably thinking like, what the fuck is he doing? just like we are.
Yeah.
And if
like,
I were Ryu, as soon as that layer finishes, I will build a Spire.
yes, 100%, 100%. Like, when you see something like this, just go straight into that Spire, work on Corruptors. I do like this from Pacomike. Already, he is throwing down a bunch of tech to switch and have a ground army to support, but he is not stopping Tempest production. Oh my.
I don't remember. I don't know if it's because I don't see Tempest very often, but I don't remember them seeing build that quickly. Like he only build like 2 minutes and he has 5 already.
The only player who I've seen do this before, oh my god, he's even working on the Tempest upgrade, is Zion's. I don't know if you remember this. Specifically, there was a series where Zion's beat Eggs at the end of last year, and this is how Zion's did it. Zion's actually went for fast Tempest and then into carriers. It was a very unique style. And I haven't seen anyone else do anything like it. This is different because Zion's went like from Tempest straight into carriers, like he didn't have like a ground army. But we'll see what Pacomike can do with this. It's gonna be very interesting, especially with the upgrade that's on the way.
I kinda wanna interview Pacomike after this game just to see what he was thinking about.
It's like, mate, are you high right now? Like, what kind of drugs are you on? Oh god, the Tempests are coming in. I mean, the Queens are in position. Yes. Like, they got scattered earlier.
Yes. But there's 5 Tempests. You know how they one shot 1 Queen.
Oh god.
So with good micro, like Pacomike could easily take those Queens out.
The problem is that Pacomike is on a timer. He has to do the damage fast because Corruptors are about to pop out. And once the Corruptors are here, they can chase down these Tempests.
My god, they do so much damage.
They do. Can they get the base? Can they get the base? Oh god.
Recall. Okay, he's going to lose 1. It's okay, only 1.
He does lose 1, and he was able to kill 3 Queens, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. What I'm questioning now is if... Okay, Pacomike built Tempest, he got scouted. Ryu was forced to go into Corruptors. The question is, what's Pacomike's plan now? That he forced Ryu into Corruptors, now he has a lot of Corruptors that are not going to do much the whole game. And if Pacomike is going to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit concerned because Pacomike already used his recall. There's nothing at home. This Nexus is dead. But we do see Pacomike, he's just going for a counterattack. He's sending everything across the map. And as you said, a lot of supply is in the Corruptors. Oh my god, is this gonna work?
That's a lot of Stylos, that's a lot of Archons.
Yeah.
The Bailey will cancel. Charge is on, the Tempest came back. Those Archons are very tanky, mate. What am I saying?
the Archons are getting on top of everything. All the Ravage is gonna go down. The Corruptors have come back home to defend, which is great, but the Archons are still alive. Oh boy.
9 workers down. Like, Ryu has lost basically all his ground army. He's going to defend. He's going to manage to defend. The question is, did Pacomike do enough?
Yeah, especially because that was a very expensive loss. Not just those Archons, but also all those Tempests as well. We see like Pacomike plummet in terms of supply. Like, that was a very committed attack. I'm pretty sure Pacomike was looking to kill Ryu with that, and because he didn't, he's in a really rough place. Oh boy, like Storm only just started.
Ryu just now macroing on Roaches really hard. He has the counter attack in his favor, but he's just going for it.
I mean, he can. Like, what there's nothing here. It's just Zealots, and that's it. Oh god.
The super battery has been activated. That may buy him some time.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It buys him enough time to warp in a couple of more Stalkers as well. Ryu, he's just continuing to reinforce though with just Roaches and Lings. He's trying to break Pacomike here. Can he do it? Oh, yo, there's actually a lot more Stalkers coming in to defend.
Still, there's a 50 supply difference. There's a lot of Zerlings and Bailing on the way, but Storm is ready to finish. The only issue is he has no Templars.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest issue right now. Unfortunately, again, he's trading very well. He actually killed every single Ravager, so now there's only Roaches left, and he forces Ryu back home.
Nice help by Pacomike.
Oh boy. Now Pacomike is going for a bit of a counterattack. He does run into some of the Corruptors. He's trying to threaten this space, but he has to be careful. Like, the Ravagers have been remade.
Oh god, these poor Stalkers.
The Stalkers, they gotta get out of there. Like, he needs more support. Like, where's the Templar? Like, he got Storm. Use it. Oh god.
He didn't remade them. He didn't remade the Templars. He only has one.
He has one right now. Let's see where the Storm is. Yo, the middle
line.
Oh,
the props. And the Templar itself, like... Now Rio is doubling the supply of Pacomike, and this is not good. This is not good for Pacomike.
Yeah, not at all.
It may help his base, but he's not going to help this game very long.
Exactly. The Ling Roach Ravager is just too much. GG gets called. And I'm glad that this happened, because Pacomike, you shouldn't be able to go into fast tempers like that.
To be honest, the only reason that didn't work was because Ryu managed to sneak an Overlord. The Void Ray was not in the correct position to hunt that Overlord, so he's managed to scout it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been a very nasty surprise.
It really would have. Yeah, as you said, like, that got scouted pretty early on, like, all things considered. So if Pacomike had done a little bit of a better job, maybe with like some Void Rays, maybe if he had gone like Void Ray first, like double Void Ray or something, to clear out Overlords alongside some Stalkers, maybe he would have been able to get away with it.
Right, we're going to see one of the new maps.
Ooh, yes, we are. We are going to be loading in to 2000 atmospheres.
What the name is referencing?
What is it? What is it referencing?
I wonder, because I mean, what thing that has 2000 atmospheres? I wonder.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
Someone in the chat tell us, please.
Let us know.
Speaking of telling, here in the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have the player who wants to win this match, who wants to go to the finals. It's Ryu.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2000 atmospheres, we have a player who's lost his goddamn mind. He went for a very fast fleet beacon and very fast Tempest. I don't know what he's doing. Clearly, he doesn't want to win this series. Kappa, we have the Mexican Protoss player representing Alpha X. It is Pacomike.
Like, it is very obvious. He has already beat me. What else does he has to prove?
Yeah, he's already the champion, you know. He's
I think that I'm going to give him tomorrow.
Oh god. Yeah, like, you don't know what you've done, Pacomike. I have the power. I concede however I want. Oh god.
But yeah, 2000 atmospheres. So this is the map that is not kinda underwater.
Yeah, we got fish all over the place. I love it. Got some nice purple fish floating all over. From what I have heard, it's meant to be underwater. It doesn't look like it, but it's meant to be. And the units even float when they die.
It's weird because there's like ripples in certain zones of the map, like it is water, but it doesn't look like. But it's supposed to be underwater, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird because like to me it looks like like heat vents, you know, like it looks like, I don't know, it doesn't look like water, right, even though it's meant to be.
I mean, for me, it looks like water, which is like the issue. Like, why do we have water in a map that is supposed to be in the water? But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, trying to bring back that abyssal reef, those abyssal reef vibes a little bit.
Oh god, this map is going to last one whole year.
Oh god. Yes. do it. But yeah. I mean, again, we didn't get to mention too much about it, but like, you know, massive shout out to ESL. Yo, we got a new map pool. Like, they're keeping the game alive, carrying it on their back. Shout out to Apollo.
I am very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Curious about what's next that ESL is going to do with the game, because they Apollo said, and I quote, "It is just the tip of the iceberg."
Yeah. I think for me, I mean, I said it on stream before, like the obvious thing for me is just a way to support new map makers to make more maps for future seasons. I think the insane thing would be if they actually patch the game, like, and in some way actually like provide some kind of balance patch. Like, that would be crazy.
That would be insane. More if Blizzard accept this, you know, like, I mean, I can see the game being patched further, but it will be like Blizzard themselves doing it. But if ESL gives them the plan, the patch notes basically, and they just implement it for me.
I mean, again, I don't think anyone should expect that to happen. But if it does happen, again, using Apollo's terminology, if this is the tip of the iceberg, implying that there's a lot more planned, like that would be insane. That'd be crazy.
Speaking of insanity, Pacomike is not going insane this game. He's not going Tempest. He's going regular into oracles.
Yeah, a lot more standard, unfortunately. Or maybe
second Stargate Light.
Yeah,
second Stargate.
You know what that means?
There it is, Light. There it is.
Oh boy, double Stargate Void Ray gonna be coming out here from Pacomike, and we'll see how Ryu does here. I know that Ryu has a lot of practice against this. I know whenever Jim tries to do it, Ryu just kind of slaps Jim down. But Pacomike is not Jim. So we could see a longer game here.
We could. I mean, Jim is not the main Protoss, so Pacomike in theory should know better.
Yeah.
Should know exactly what to do. I expect a lot of Void Rays to start, then transition into carriers. But yeah, so far standard. Like, nothing much for these two players. Like 3 bases, macroing, just starting to build their compositions. Golden Armada on one side. I'm expecting Roaches, then into Hydras in the other side. What the hell? Okay, there was. He was like, what are those drones doing? They're just running away from the stasis.
Wow.
By the way, Ryu even managed to avoid the stasis because he built a port and canceled it.
I've legit never seen a player do that. That was crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Nicely done there by Ryu.
Who knew these players were good?
Exactly. But I am really curious to see how Pacomike plays this out, because there are multiple ways to move up to carriers. Of course, the older school way to do it is to work towards Storm, and you have like Storm alongside, of course, charge lots and your carriers. Stats recently has been going for disruptors instead for your AoE, so you go disruptors into carriers. I know Shakti has been doing that as well, so we'll see what Pacomike has in store for us. How is he going to get there, or is he just going to rush into it?
We'll see. Oh, focusing the hatchery, just starting like that.
Yeah.
He's going to get it. I don't think he's going to get it. He does, and he loses nothing. Like, excellent pickup for Pacomike.
This is why Zerg players don't make their lairs in the main anymore, because this has become very common. That's why ideally you get the lair somewhere else. Otherwise, that's like such a bad pickoff. Same with spawning pool positionings. If you have your spawning pool a little bit too far north, then the Void Rays get your lair and your spawning pool. It's the life we live in.
It is.
Oh god.
Luckily, Rio has had already another base ready to be bind, so he is not losing all that much economy. But still, like, we are basically 4 bases versus 4 bases, and as a set player, you don't want to be in equal number of bases.
Definitely. Ooh, this time the queens are in position for the Void Rays, and they do push them away. Ooh, Pacomike just barely keeping every single Void Ray alive. And what's important that I was going to point out earlier is that surprisingly, Ryu prioritized +1 melee, and now he's going to +2 melee. Like, the normal Ryu that we know and love would go Hydra Lurker Viper against double Void Ray. But instead, he's going straight into Corruptor. Well, that's what it looks like.
Huh, interesting. I do wonder why the... Okay, here we go. He's going to Link Flood now any moment.
Yeah, I mean...
A lot of links. He's just going to bust the bases in response to Pacomike's busting of his own base.
And he can get away with it. Like, he just went in and he scouted. He saw that carriers are already on the way. He saw that there's no Templar Archives, there's no robotics bay, robotics facility. There's no AoE. Like, there's nothing to really stop, like, Ling Bane run-bys or anything like that. So, yeah, we'll see what Ryu can get done. I would also argue, though, that because of that, like, he probably could have gone Hydras as well, but we'll see. Oh.
Nice transfuse, but not enough.
Not
enough. But I like it. Pacomike just being cheeky, just being a little annoying with those Void Rays. Keeping real. Oh, there go the Banelings on 5 workers only. Okay. Good thing by Pacomike that he had a good SimCity and good cannons over there to protect the workers.
Yeah, and Pacomike is starting to pull Ryu apart because we got the Void Rays trying to focus down one of these hatcheries. It forces all the queens to defend against the Void Rays, and the hatchery's going to go down anyway. And the queens, they're kind of needed to help defend against the carriers.
Oh, light. I'm scared for Ryu.
Oh,
like,
boy.
Yes, he has Corruptor. The question is if those Corruptors are enough. Yeah, oh my god. Yes, it is enough. It is enough.
Wow, the biles land on the carriers. All the carriers get cleaned up. I was worried as well. I thought the carriers were going to start to snowball, but Pacomike was not looking. He was not paying attention. He was focusing too much on his Void Rays. And sure, he dealt some damage, but losing all his carriers like that was an expensive loss.
Like, now look at the supply. Now it's Ryu who's ahead and ready to counterattack.
Oh yeah. As we see, like, the Corruptors, they're hunting for the carriers. There's only 2 carriers left, and there's nothing to really protect them. And the
Shield battery goes down, carriers go down. Nice bites on those dockers, and I think Ryu just got out of control. Pacomike losing all his army in that previous attack was like the mistake that could not happen and did happen.
Exactly. He was being too cheeky. GG gets called, and Ryu is able to bring it back and takes down Pacomike.
Justice has been served.
Exactly. That's what you get for taking down Dad King. Oh god. But GG well played. Yeah, and
that was a good match.
I was gonna get into I think that Pacomike was being overconfident because usually what you do is, sure, you get some initial damage with your Void Rays, right? Like you pick off the main base, that's great and all, but then you reconvene with your army and you consolidate your army. And the purpose of those Void Rays are to protect your carriers from those Corruptors. But he was split up, right? So he didn't have them to protect those carriers, and losing all his carriers like that, that was huge.
And GG, we have our first Peruvian in the finals today.
That we do. And honestly, I didn't think we would. I thought I definitely thought that Pacomike was going to come out on top here, and again, I do think Pacomike was having too much fun, especially in game 2. Like, game 2 was a solid meme. Like, that was
I do wonder. I do wonder what would have happened if Ryu didn't scout that build in game 2.
Yeah.
It was just so out there.
Shaking my head.